Good evening. This is Dane Powell. This is FTE217. I'm a little late. Had some issues last week. This is week three's assignment. We were to choose some components, identify some malfunctions, and damage that could occur, if any, and things like a gunsmith should undergo to avoid causing any damage or any further issues, and then additional components that interact with these. And so I'm doing a few here, and they do really all go together in my eyes. And I've got a firing pin, which a firing pin is gonna. That could cause a light primer strike or essentially a failure to fire, things of that nature, and some damage that would occur to the firing pin to cause that malfunction would be just a firing pin that's wore out. If you've had thousands upon thousands of rounds through something, of course it's going to wear out eventually. Nothing lasts forever. And also, if you are a gunsmith, you got to be careful if you're taking apart somebody's firearm and stuff like that. And even if you drop it, you need to inspect, measure, get specifications on it, make sure that you didn't damage it enough to where it might cause this light primer strike, and then just the small things like that to avoid it. It a little bit goes a long ways. Something for me is like if I'm taking something apart. This goes with like working on vehicles and stuff too. If I'm taking something apart, I like to have like especially with little stuff or things that can roll off easily. I like to have like either little baggies laying around, or I like to have little like containers laying around, essentially kind of like that. Something small that I can put small parts in and keep them under wrap and not dropping them, damage them, breaking them, losing them. Next one is the trigger spring or trigger. Excuse me. That can cause a multitude of things. People don't realize how finicky triggers can be. But my main thing, like trigger spring, if you've got somebody that doesn't know what they're doing and they don't install the spring right, your hammer's not going to work right. And everything else. It's honestly a pretty simple design, but there's a lot of people that, aka YouTube mechanics, not really knocking it. There's a few things that I've looked at on YouTube to kind of help me on some projects, but I had an idea of where I was going with it. But some people that shouldn't touch things, that do touch things, and it's gonna happen. Everybody does it, and then somebody's gonna bring a lower to you and be like, I don't know what I did, fix it. And I think that's going to be your main thing. And even wear. These springs, just like anything else, is going to wear out as well. And again, another thing, I don't think you're ever really going to take a trigger apart very much. Um, it's going to be very seldom. I mean, and if you do, a lot of times it's people wanting to put drop-in triggers versus having all the separate pieces. But um, it makes it easier for them, and I get the easiness behind it, but I also like the easiness of being able to clean these, because everything like the drop-ins, they're all, a lot of them are enclosed and you can't really get to them. You can't oil them very well. Um, but I mean, training as a gunsmith, I mean, you should, before you touch, I mean, as a gunsmith, you should be able to work on things like this. And if you're not comfortable with it, don't be afraid to be like, sorry, I don't like touching things like that. But I can do some other things, or I can recommend you to somebody else. Um, and of course, I mean, the last thing I got was the hammer. I mean, and the hammer is, it all runs together. I mean, actually, all three of these run together, honestly. Because your trigger spring is part of your release to let that hammer go, and then hit your firing pin. And with the hammer, I mean, you'll have misfires with them. It's like, it's just like the trigger. I mean, that if that spring breaks within that hammer, or something's broken, or this is too far damaged from wear and tear, it's not gonna strike the firing pin properly. So I mean, and like I said, with training and stuff, like I think every gunsmith should be able to work on a trigger system. I mean, that's kind of your, I guess, a main thing, I guess, in a way. But I mean, yeah, all these things can interact. I mean, your firing pin, your release, your hammer, all those springs in there. If you don't have one of them springs sitting just right in there, heck, the whole trigger assembly could just apart. But that's what I've got for this week. And sorry it was late, but I will be getting on here and doing next week's pretty quick. So have a good one.